for a market to be viable, you need a combination of clients. Seniors is one piece, but you need a whole bunch of different folks.
The second hand roll of greens, turnips, carrots, green wagons, so they know the economy advance. That's a certain day economy.
Now you're talking about taking food to the. You're talking about not starting a market near.
No. Take it to the senior building.
That's the new solution. Actually. Yeah. That's what people have been doing.
That's a senior CSA.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Senior CSA.
Oh, that's what it is.
That solution works well. In fact, I would call, if I'm a farmer, I've seen this happen a couple of times, make friends with I think they call it resident service coordinators. Say I have all these products I can bring you on a certain day to sell it to your seniors. I've seen that work a dozen times. It's working more so. They have a new, Catholic Charities has this new mobile bus called Crisp. They actually have online ordering. They take link. And their biggest target is the senior facilities where people can't get out. They go there and they bring them. They might give them a mixed box of stuff. But yeah, your idea is that's how people have been solving the problem. They bring the food direct to the seniors.
Also, KCCSI is the place to get senior coupons in Kankakee County.
Yeah, each county is a little different.
And you gotta get them within the time period because they don't have enough coupons for every senior. So I don't know where we need to sign up to receive senior coupons. We'll have to find out. But if you have people that are seniors in Kankakee, they can go smart. It's not as well publicized as it should be. Sometimes they have the representatives at the market, and they'll tell you where to sign up for senior coupons.
You just call the number and they send you the thing, and once you're on it, you're never off of it. Every year they send you the packet, and then you accept the coupons, and then you just put them in an envelope and mail them, and they put the money directly in your account.
Now, you know you guys are talking about two separate things. It's about the WIC coupons, but you're talking about how seniors are using them. You're talking about how the farmers market vendors are using them. So, one is where the seniors get them, but you guys have a different process on how you receive them, and that's what she was talking about. So it's a little two different things. I actually have in my PowerPoint, there's the name that you talked to Sue Corley to get the application.
So it's $21 a week.
No, season. They get one booklet.
A year. One time.
And that's the reason why we talk to seniors too. That's one of my biggest.
There's something that's
Yeah.
it's good for us and it's good for them.
Yeah, it's something. It gets us to your tool market. Yeah.
If you got a household, you got one baby son and two parents,
That I'm not. Probably. I would think so. I'm not sure. I'm not for sure.
It's supposed to be per individual. As long as they are eligible for that, that's assistance, then they just get it. It shouldn't matter how many people are in the household, how many seniors are in the household. Because it's per individual.
It's per individual, and it doesn't get counted against your food stamps or anything.
Right.
It's just $21 free.
Yeah.
I mean,
Income required or just?
I'm not sure about that.
It's supposed to just be if you're
62.
62, is that the age
And then it's just for fruits and vegetables too. That's the other thing.
yeah, that's all.
Go ahead and jump on in.
I was just wondering if we're talking about the snaps and the coupons and everything, and you have these contractions up here, I don't know if they're yours or not, but you have these at the farmers markets so that you can accept those. You said make sure that you do this so you can have it as part of your revenue stream. How do you?
So this is the side of the table that jumps ahead of my presentation. This is the smart side of the room. We all start waiting.
We're all growing here.
We do need to move it along.
We probably answered most of my. We're probably going to skip through some of them. So I'm going to work off what you guys did. Does anyone have questions about the WIC senior coupons first?
Yeah, but it's now they call them senior checks.
Well, they're checks now.
You don't have to fill them out and send them off like we used to.
Oh,
Now, you treat them just like checks.
They are checks.
You need to get an understanding with your bank. That first form you get,
that's
you
easy.
need to take it to your bank because they're checks now.
Yeah.
And you can take them to your bank as a check, not just send them to Catholic Charities anymore.
Yeah.
And then give
Yeah.
the box right. So
Which-
we talk
but
about
you
the
got to be a
farm
half.
side.
So you just take them, give them to your firm. I mean, your.
Put it in your account. Put it in your account.
If you're collecting them as a farm, you get confused on.
I know, so we're gonna go back over the word first.
They're just getting confused from the senior side or from the farmer side.
You used to get it to your file, and you had to send it to a certain place and only that place. But now I can take it from my bank.
It's just, yeah, it's just like now it's just like a check for you.
Right.
And to go a little bit further into that, you have to fill out an application with
Catholic Charities.
no, not Catholic Charities.
Ain't?
No, you contact a person called Sue Corey over at the state of Illinois. I got her contact in PowerPoint. But that's the biggest takeaway is contact her, fill out the application, get approved for it. Because a lot of farmers will take the checks and not get approved, and then you can't get paid.
Right, you can't be collecting them at a farmer's market if you're not approved. And
Right.
watchers will be watching that.
I've heard a horror story about a farmer in Chicago collected $1,500 worth of these
Woo!
and can't deposit them. Now, sometimes what happens a lot, and no one ever heard me say this in this room. This is a real fact now.
You got a video.
Okay, I'm not saying that. We'll talk after the video's off. The easiest thing to do is just go and fill out the application. It's like a 3-year cycle. It's fairly easy to do. Just accept the checks and deposit them into your account.
Right.
So you don't have a problem. Okay, so the next slide talks about, this next portion talks about what the heck does a farmer's market manager do? Is it just a guy that walks around all day and tells you where to put your tin at? Or does he actually do other stuff? And he or she actually does. See, now they're over there fighting over in the corner because they're ahead of everybody. I saw that. Okay, so some of the duties for a market manager, they do a lot nowadays with social media. So they're sending out information about the market, come to the market on Facebook, on Twitter, they're doing all that stuff. If there's a website for the market, they manage that too. I know at our market, we put either on Facebook or on the website the list of vendors. We send out a blast every week about what the vendors are bringing. Like if you got something that's came this season, hey, XY Farm is bringing snap peas this week. Come out and get them. You know, we do all that stuff to really hype people up to bring them to the market. We do interviews with folks. We've called a lot from people who are in school to do their homework. Not say that. A lot of journalist students and a lot of writers will call us about information. We tell them all the good stuff about our market. That's some more free publicity that we did. If we have enough money, we'll post an ad somewhere. A lot of markets don't have enough money, so you may not see ads. But we're doing all this other stuff too to connect directly with the customer so they can bring them to the market so you can make more money. Who had a question about posters and banners? That was over there. But that was about your posters and banners, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll get to that too, but we encourage you to bring your own poster and banner. You're a business, I want you to promote your business.
We'll talk about that real quick. I mean, after this section.
Oh, there's another section with marketing too? I'll cover that too. We'll just hammer that in.
Okay, good.
But we post banners all over the place. We have maybe 3 places in the neighborhood, well, 2 places that we have permanent banners, and then we'll put a banner up every, like on the Midway Plaisance, we'll put a banner up there so people will see it or they know we're there. We go into the business districts like in Hyde Park, and we put posters in the windows of the businesses so that we can promote the market and let people know the market is coming. Some administration stuff that we do, and that's most of the marketing stuff that we did before. Administration stuff. We are the people that sign for and apply for any permits for the city. So with the city, even though we're an independent market, we still need permits to be on city property because we're actually on the street. We also have to get a sign off from the area commander for the police department too. So we got a city commander, we got to get a sign off from the alderman, who gets that signed off from the city. So we fill all that stuff out just for the market to be there. And then any permits, like if we have to get a porta potty or hand washing station, if there are permits with that, we have to do that as well. We also review your applications. We review a lot of applications. And sometimes applications can be long, so before you do that, I'm going to give you some tips on vetting that market before you bother filling out an application and getting your non-refundable whatever fee it is. We also enforce the rules. So there's a problem in the market, we're the peacekeeper. We're the person that goes in to make sure that your tent's in the right area, to get that dog owner their dog left a surprise for you in the middle of the market. So you've got to either clean that up or enforce that rule. If there's disputes between two vendors, we're the person that deals with that as well. Reimbursements at our market, because we paid you back for the double value coupon, we just don't take your money. We actually cut you a check. Yeah, I'm going to keep hounding you about that too. That's
I
all.
would say, percentage. You gotta get a percentage. That's all.
Oh, some markets do. Oh, the percentage part.
That's the percentage.
Some markets do.
That with value. Say if you said 25, if they spend 25, maybe the farmer might get 15% and you guys keep 10.
Some markets do that. There's a market in Rochester that takes about 10%. When you do percentage, then I get it. Yeah. We don't. We get our money from grants and other stuff. We do charge folks for using our token system. We charge the customer, not the farmer. But there are markets, actually there's one in Springfield, they charge a fee for for every dollar you make, they may take 5% or 10% of it. If they did a credit card transaction for you or a link transaction or whatever. But you have to weigh it against, if I didn't have a credit card machine that can take link and I lose a sale, do I pay a little less for the sale that I can pay or don't make the sale at all? That's what you have to weigh in your head. Is it worth, letting the market take 10% or 5%? We collect your fees, so you collect your vendor fees. We know that you paid your fee that week. We chase you down with someone to break your legs when you don't pay the fees. We do that too. And then we also deal with the health department should they come through and want to do an inspection and stuff like that. So as far as administration, that's sort of the gamut that we cover. I covered this a little bit too. We're also an ambassador for the market. Yes, I'm sorry.
Considering that it's farmers market throughout Chicago area, does the market managers charge different fees to the vendors based on demographics, or they have a set price throughout?
No,
It's
it's different.
Yeah, every market is individual and they charge whatever they charge.
Well, do you have to pay every week or just for one?
Depends on the market.
Depends on the market.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
or you can stick to that.
Yeah, our market, you can pay every week, you pay in advance. When we first started, we had a promotion where we would, let's say we charge you $300 for the season. For every time you came to the market, we reimburse you a percentage back. We made it free for the first season, but we wanted your skin in the game too. We don't do that anymore. Past our first year. But different markets are different. The city of Chicago, I think, has one rate, and they cover about 27 markets. And that's why it's good to know if it's an independent market or a city market, because all the city markets work the same way. All the city of Chicago markets. The independent markets will work differently depending upon the organization. So yeah, it's different. You have to read the rules and regulations of the market and figure out what fees are. So yeah, we're basically the ambassadors for the market. We touched a couple of these too. Balance how many customers we have in the area versus how many type of vendors we have. Balance the vendors mix. Do I have too many bakers? Do I have too many folks that sell vegetables and fruit? Do I need another fruit vendor? We meet with government and business leaders to try to promote the market, get more money for the market, get permits, yes.
How many, on average, how many vendors do you have at your market?
We have between 24 and 27, depending.
Okay, so the cutoff point is 27
At this point.
at this point, because you only have so much space.
No, we have a lot of space, but with our market, we think, okay, I have enough customers coming to support this many vendors.
Okay.
I can load up with more vendors, but everyone might not make money. So we want all votes to rise at the same time. So when we feel as though there's a need, like last year we were able to actually do customer counts at the market, which is hard to do because you need one person there just. And then we're on a street where people come from all over the place, so it's kind of hard to count people sometimes. What we did before, we did estimations, so every 20 minutes we would do a head count, and then we would multiply it by 3 and we figure out how many people we had in that hour and we add them up. Last year we actually had interns to count every person, and our estimates and our totals were about the same. We rated or did about 950 to 1,000 people a day that come through our market.
Wow.
So, given that we can support about 1,000 people coming to our market with 24 vendors, when we start getting more people, then we know we can add more stuff. When farmers start selling out earlier, then we know we can add another vendor. Like right now, we can add another 8 vendors or 2. Vegetables, fruit and vegetables, maybe not. We got 2 big vendors. We got Ellis. I'm not sure. Ellis is there. Growing Power and McClure. So they're like our anchor vendors when it comes to fruit and vegetables. No, I wish they would.
That's all right, you got 2 more farmers.
We got 2 more farmers, sure. Yes. The lady first. So,
Do you have vendors that actually sell herbs and flowers?
we have a flower vendor. I don't think we have an herb vendor.
Okay.
But we do have a flower vendor. Flower vendors make some money too.
I know they do.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, you were saying earlier that vendors was private, so they didn't take income because of individual. You said 900 to 1,000 persons come in and out. The average, you figure they spend about $15 average.
That's a good average.
Multiply that time.
Well, the number I use is it's not rocket science. One vendor told us once, and that was about 2 years ago, that their link sales was about 10% of their sales. At our market, the average link customer would match up to that $25. So they would buy about $50 worth of food.
Wow.
Now, link shoppers make probably about 20% of our market versus the rest of the market. The mix is getting closer to 50. And I think my estimate was that last year we did about 20 grand in sales per link. So if you just said that you took that 20 grand and you extrapolate out 10%, you get an idea of what the farmers probably made as a whole. Although for farmers make different amounts of money because they sell more stuff. But you can definitely make money.
You have meat vendors?
Yes, we have Mint Creek in the South Market. So we have
What's this?
Mint Creek.
Oh, Mint Creek.
And then we have Faith's Farm. So Faith sells a lot of pork. Mint Creek sells some pork too. But yeah, we got
Mint Creek is right down in Stell, Illinois, right straight 17.
They're close. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're coming. They go to a lot of the markets too.
Yeah.
So
Right straight west of here.
yeah.
Yeah, straight west of here on 17, Stell, Illinois.
Salem.
Stell.
What?
Stell, S-T-E-L-L, S-T-E-L-L-E, Stell, Illinois. So, if anybody needs to go, you should go there. Everybody should pay a visit to Stell. It's historically one of the main communities in the whole country that went off grid. Completely went off grid.
They have their own TV station.
It's
Yeah.
between here
They
and.
have windmills everywhere. Every house is solar powered and everything in Stell. It's right past, is that Herscher? That's west?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right past Herscher, right around Herscher. If you go right down straight 17 and then you got to go left going south and then it looks like it's in the middle of nowhere and this oasis of a community just pops up out of nowhere. It's amazing. Sorry.
That actually opens up a good discussion too. What are the major farmers out here? I'm just going to try to match some of the ones that are out here to the ones that I know that have been in Chicago. Give you guys an idea of what the, is. I know Dotson's Farm is out this way, right?
I think so. No. Dotson. I think that name sounds familiar. Is that the
I
one
want
in
to say
St.
they're
Anne?
south.
In St. Anne?
I can't remember exactly
Who
what
are the poultry producers?
they
Bigmans.
But then I put their fruits, vegetables.
Bigmans and poultry, mostly poultry.
What are some of the other big vendors out here you got of farmers that you guys know about?
Well, Danny ran it down.
Who
Yeah.
is?
Danny
Dan Duran.
And he don't do market.
Dan Drunen.
Van Drunen,
Van Drunen. You heard of Van Drunen? They do with organic herbs, freeze dry. Bookstores do the potatoes.
He don't do market.
But I don't
They don't do
think
the
any
market,
of those
the wholesale,
are,
right?
I don't think any of those are organic, you know, mostly conventional.
No, but still, you got conventional people at the farmers market.
Harvey, you know that organic goes straight down Fieldhill Road all the way, what's the name?
That's
of
the
that?
one I'm trying to think of. The one that's saying,
That's the herb farm.
No, it's organic.
no, it's an organic, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it.
What do you think about?
Anyway,
But yeah, we're 65 miles out. So
yeah.
we're real close to some lot of money.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What kind of flowers do you sell a lot of? Or do people are like?
I'm gonna send some pictures of flowers. I'm not a flower guy. I'm gonna send you some pictures. I'll send you my PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Pictures of the flower guys. I think you probably can tell what the flowers are. So, but yeah, the flower guy sells out.
Like wildflowers? Or are they like roses?
No, they're like roses and lilies and stuff like that. They're not wild.
These are live flowers, not artificial.
Yeah.
These are real flowers. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this next group of slides talks about your setup at a market. You know, what's going to help you really sell stuff? What do people actually look for in a presentation at a market? So I can't stress this enough. Buy a sturdy tent. If you can get a tent with some sides on it, buy a tent with sides on it. I get like the caravan canopy tents for the markets that we do for the city of Chicago. We use those tents. I've had one for 4 years now. It has broken on me. When it breaks, I just buy a replacement part. I don't have to buy a whole new tent.
And how much does that cost?
The canopy does cost a bit of change. It costs us about $500 for the setup.
$500 for the last 3 years. That one is $70, but already got a little rip in it for moving.
Yeah. And if you think about it, you taking this out, this is really good for occasion. You know, you're going with the family and doing something. But if you're using it as a workhorse, as your mule, just up and down once or twice a day, wear and tear is going to really harm that tent. So I would get something that lasts. Because case in point, like these will shear off a lot, right?
Yeah.
I can buy a replacement part for just this piece instead of having to buy it. If the canopy messes up, I can buy a new canopy.
Right.
Or any of these parts, all the parts I can take them apart. So I would just get a really nice, sturdy tent, especially if you think you're going to be using it 3 times a week during the whole season. This one's called Caravan Canopy, but they have other ones too. What you look for is, can I buy replacement parts? Is it made of steel? Is it sturdy? Does it cost more than the $100 that you get at Walmart? Because normally those are weigh down your tent. When you're working outdoors, we all know when we gotta work outdoors, if we're gonna take your tent and fly and hit somebody, we don't need that. So I know in the city, they require about 50 pounds per corner. So like a cinder block, some people get sand inside of a gallon container. There's all kinds of ways you can get it. Water is a good way. We actually got creative this year and got some of those 5-gallon buckets, paint buckets, put some dirt in it, we planted some seeds, and we had different plants in each one of them. And we use those as tie downs for some of the vendors can actually rent those from us if they don't have tents. So we have a whole bunch of those that we did with one of the 4th grade classes in that over at Carnegie. So the kids got to plant some stuff. It's actually growing. It looks nice, and we can use it to tie stuff down. That's pretty good. If you are in a market that has a parking lot, then you can park there. Tie your tent to your car. I do that a lot. I tie it to the wheels of my car. My car is heavier than 50 pounds, so it shouldn't go anywhere. And then I tie the front of it. But I secure my tent to make sure that the last thing I want to do is fly and get somebody and I get sued. And someone gets hurt. Someone gets hurt, then I get sued. I'm more concerned when people get hurt. Or you get hurt. If your tent falls down. Let's see. And if you don't, then make sure you have a dolly so that you can move your stuff. when you're at a parking lot or you're someplace where you can drive and unload, it's a lot easier. There's a lot of markets where you have to unload in one area and transport your stuff to another. So make sure you have a nice, sturdy dolly that makes that trip a little easier for you. Yes.
With the setup, do you have to be in the tent? Like, can my chair, if I want to sit by my tent, can I be outside the area, or am I only allowed to occupy the space of the tent?
It depends on the market. At our market, we're kind of, we have to space it out because, okay, so folks that's been to a market, help me out here. If I have a space that I'm normally right here and I move over there, will my customers find me? If you move 5 feet, your customers won't find you. It's amazing. So we try to have the same area all the time in the same designated space for you. So that's why we try not to have people overlap as much. But sitting outside your tent is fine. We try to keep you in the same square that you're in. And then we try to make sure we have enough space for all the vendors to fit in too. So all that space is, mapped and making sure the customers can find you. Kid you not, we had one time where one of the farmers, we're on the city streets, so sometimes cars were parked there overnight, and we try not to tow cars as much as possible. And so sometimes the tow truck doesn't come in time for the market to start. So we had like a car. It was like in the middle of the street, like right here. The vendor that normally would park or be in that space, we moved him across from the car. You put a sign on the car saying, I think it was River Valley. River Valley had to move because they normally was here, turn around. That's what it said. And people still come to the information asking where the mushrooms and stuff was at. That's what they saw. So your place in the market is very important because customers, we're used to shopping in a grocery store where we know where stuff is in the aisle. So they know visually, they may not know your name, but they know what you sell, they know where you're supposed to get. This is how we are as a human being. Check the traffic, check the weather, dress warm, keep your extra jacket in the car because you're working outdoors. Just see where we're at. Okay, so display is really important. Make sure you display your product. No one wants to see the last little bit of something on the table. Try to display them in bunches, spray them, and make sure they stay hydrated. Make it look inviting. Reduce products. So what a lot of vendors will do if they have 2 tables, they sell everything on that table. They start reducing stuff because you want to still make it look bountiful. We're just not programmed to buy the last lonely onion. We're just not. Clearly label your prices. Having a poster or some type of display talking about your business is great too. That really helps people recognize you as a business. If you can give samples, give samples. Taste is one of the motivators to help people buy. Your apple, or your tomato, or your rutabaga tastes better than the next guy's, that's why they want to buy it. Or it tastes familiar to them, that's why they want to buy it. Bring a tablecloth. That extra presentation, having a cloth is helpful.
As far as sampling, you have to check with the market.
Yeah.
Because there are some markets that don't allow sampling.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know they're going through a statewide issue now of how to handle that. And they may require sanitation licenses or some kind of sampling license that the farmer has to endure in order for you to give a sample to someone. Because remember, when you're cutting that vegetable or cutting that fruit, you're processing it. As soon as you cut it, you're processing it. You didn't get it out of the field and just give it to somebody. You're processing it. Minimum processing is washing it clean. But cutting it open, now you can transfer bacteria. If you're not handling it right, somebody can get all kinds of poisoning, E. coli, contamination, or whatever. So you're processing it, and now you actually have liabilities of being transferring something to someone. So sampling is a question mark. Check with know the marketplace first.
And with the health department.
And the health department, yeah. So I know with our farmers, that's one of the things that we're going to you got to go through GAP certification training. But the other thing is we're including in that is sanitation. So Sorry.
You mean sanitation as far as getting licensed?
Sanitation, yeah. Sanitation license is minimum, so is a minimum requirement. Your farm being GAP compliant is another thing that I know that Pembroke Farm and Family requires for all the farmers that participate in Pembroke Farm and Family to be GAP compliant. Meaning you're GAP certifiable. You may not have spent the money to get certified, but your farm, you're working toward, all things that need to be in place to be certified, or your farm is at the state now where it can be certified if somebody needs to go there and inspect. Yeah.
Communicate or make sure you tell people about your business and how you grow your food. You're your best salesperson, so people need to know about you as a business, how you're growing your food. Really connect with your customers and try to draw them in, give them business cards. If you got a business card. If the market allows you to take a mailing list so you can connect with your customers, do that. Get a banner printed with your name on it. It talks about how you grow your food or your business because, you're a business first and foremost. The farming business, but the business is in that name. Be friendly, smile at people, chat with people. They've done a couple of surveys about how often people and how long people talk to folks in a farmer's market versus at a grocery store. When people come to the market, they want to connect with the farmer and feel a connection with that food through your experience and how you grow it. So bring your best attitude. You're going to talk to a whole bunch of people, sell a whole bunch of stuff. Bring your friendly face that day. Yes?
I just want to mention, I'm noticing those vegetables on the table. That looks like pot plant A.
There you go.
Carrots, onions, beets, and then maybe scallions or something over there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a display for root plant A.
Ways to connect with the folks. Social media is good. Recipe cards are really good. Make that little touch, put the recipe card, put your business name on it. Another thing that can make you money is connecting with local restaurants, bakers, organizations that are there. What happens at a lot of the markets that I go to do the EBT services, I'll see them selling there, but then I'll see a chef or somebody from a restaurant come and get a whole barrel full of stuff from them. So that's another drop-off location for them. So whenever you visit or you join a farmer's market, look in the area and see what restaurants you can also sell your products to. And draw on that chef to make it level revenue. Because you're already going to the market, just bring some extra stuff, less on gas, and make some extra money. That's just, a good way to make some more loot. And if you have a CSA, make sure people know about it so you can start recruiting through the CSA as well. Things you do before submitting the application. Read the application when they have it online. Some of them will look the same because a lot of times they copy from the same application, but look for the differences. If there's a non-refundable application fee, the fees, time of day, all that stuff. So read the application first. Find out if you're the type of farmer that they will accept anyway. Because they might accept you, you fill out the application, give them the fee, and then you get rejected because you didn't read the application. If you have a friend that is also vending at that market or doing another business, ask for a referral. That's going to get the market manager's attention quicker than anything. A&B Farm says, hey, Corey, this farm is great. You should bring them to the market. They can make money. They have a product you want. That's going to get their attention versus a cold call. You want that referral. Because it's all about relationships, building relationships, knowing the farm and everything. Huh? Well, that might work. Then you call the market manager and you kind of sell yourself. Hey, I got this great apples. No, I see that your market doesn't have it because I looked at your website and don't have this stuff. I would love to come and sell at your market. Maybe I can bring you a sample of them so you can taste them. Hey, I also have a big mailing list of customers that would love to come to this market so I can help you cross-promote your market and bring customers there too to visit me and to visit you. So all these things you really want to sell yourself on the market manager. And this really depends, if it's a well-established market, you got to do more stuff because there's more competition. If it's not so well-established, then you kind of have a little more power, there's a lot more markets than there are farmers. There's a lot more farmers markets popping up than there's farmers to service. So you guys you have the leverage when it comes to that. Every other day there's someone calling me about starting a farmers market, but they can't find farmers. They can't connect with farmers. So what they do is, and I'm pretty sure this probably happened, they'll send you an email, or they'll send you some mail, and since you're out in the field working, you're not thinking about email and mail. They may even try to call you too. But since they're not making that human connection with you, it's kind of hard for you to trust if you're going to go there and make money. So that connection works both ways. Get insurance. Get insurance. Get insurance. You want insurance to cover you from any liability that happens at the market when you're eating your food, or your tent falls on someone, they slip and fall in front of your tent. Anything that they can associate with, they had an incident that related to you, you need to be insured of. Also, the markets want to be named as insured party on your insurance too. So, a lot of cases, your current business or farm insurance will cover you to visit the market. You have to get a rider. So talk to your insurance agent, say, hey, I'm going to these farmers markets. Is there other insurance you can sell me, or is it covered in my current policy? And then, I know our market does, and a lot of the markets require that you indemnify them up to like $1 million. But it definitely helps. The cases of insurance of people coming to a market, something happening, and suing everybody is on the rise. So I've heard of, like, someone slips and falls, they sue the city, they sue the farmer's market, they sue the vendor. They're just going to sue until it sticks. So just pay the extra for the insurance. Payments acceptance. See, now we're getting to the SNAP stuff. So at different markets, you're going to see different stuff. Everyone takes cash. Cash is king. Some markets will take credit and debit on a little token system or a little paper system. Some markets take food stamps. You take WIC. Now, the market may certify or tell the state that I have vendors that take WIC, but you guys are responsible for filling the application out so you can take the WIC coupons or senior farm market coupons. So I think we talked about the coupons. They're for low-income families. They help farmers increase their sales. They bring more folks to the farmers market, even though it's only $25.
Quick question, I don't know if you can answer this, but for some of our vendors or farmers who may not be at the farmers market, they may have a direct sale on farm. And if they apply for the WIC, could they still invite people to their farm and take the WIC at the farm site?
You take it anywhere, as I understand, like at a farm stand.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure. So that should be okay.
Yeah.
Like our blueberries.
Yeah,
You know, people who want to pick blueberries on the blueberry farm, if they come with their WIC, if she's eligible to accept it, she should be able to accept it.
I don't see why not. I think so.
You think so, John?
Yeah.
You take it to a farm stand.
They
Take
actually,
them at the range? Okay.
but they actually want you to go to a farmer's market.
Huh? I'm
They
sorry.
want you to go to a farmer's market.
Okay.
I think they want you to go and get some good food. I think that's good. And most times,
But
it's
I'm
not
saying,
farm.
that's the way they put it out in the market, to make them want to accept it in and say, well, you can only spend it at the farmer's market. You'd be surprised when people try to take it. Stores even, I mean, but they find out, okay, you go to the market, and that's where they send them to. They go, I got this, where you go to the farmer's market and you get it.
And I think that points toward the government wanting you to buy more locally grown product because it's going to help our local economy. You go to the stores, probably not.
What about the SNAP program?
Oh, we're going to get to that
Do
too.
we have to get qualified for that too, or just the WIC? And who takes those food stamps once they get to you? Then what do you do with it?
Well, when we, in fact, hold that, we're going to go over that in a second.
That's what the SNAP program is. It's not
Yeah.
actually food stamps.
Not
They
sure.
don't have stamps on that.
That's all right.
No,
They have used food stamps over the years.
We're gonna cover that in a second. We'll cover all of that.
Okay.
Let's see. So to give you guys an overview of what happens with the certification process, it's a 3-year cycle. So every 3 years, your contract is good for. I don't know what year we are in this current cycle, but you fill the application out, you get your handbook, you read it, you send in the authorization for it. Checks are about $3 a piece. You get 21 of them. They come out in July, first week, second week of July. One book per eligible person per season. And then Catholic Charities in Chicago, Department of Aging, and other areas. Here's a snapshot of how many farmers participated in the program in the state from 2009 to 2012. Then how many seniors were participating. So you can see that the number of seniors is growing. So that's right. And also, too, I don't have a slide of this, but the redemption rate, the rate of, they send out 1,000 coupons, how many comes back is growing, too. I think in our state, or in the Chicago area, 77% of those coupons came back. So people came to the market. The year before that, it was 80%. It was kind of thrown off by that one farmer who took 1,500,
There's always one.
It's always that one.
The senior checks, are they double like the SNAP or that?
You can double. But that's two different, that's a government program, and then the double value coupon is more state. Well, it's more individual. It's not a government associated program. It's through philanthropy. So I know with Lincoln, Illinois, we allow for a farmer to do that. The caveat is for the senior coupons. Since you guys take the check and the market doesn't take it, we would have to authorize it for like a farm store or a farm stand. So I guess yes, your question.
Okay, so farm stand.
Right.
Yeah, because a lot of our farmers here will want to have people like ag tourism.
Yep.
Bring people to the farms, and then so that kind of exchange may happen. Okay.
Yeah. So
apply, everybody.
yeah, the takeaway is just apply for it, and don't worry about it.
Did you go to the website to find?
Well, Sucor is the person you contact her directly. She's going to walk you through the process. She's the person that does the authorization for it. And again, I'm going to send you guys this PowerPoint so you have information here. So you got her number. She refers you to contact her directly about it, so she gets the calendar of all the farmers, and she takes care of all this stuff. She's great. She's dynamic.
So we need to have
Just one minute. Can you go back on?
FS, I'll go back
farm
on.
number.
You don't need to farm number.
No, yeah. Yeah, 217-782-2166. Sue.couri@illinois.gov. I'm going to try to run through it. Okay, credit debt. I think we're toward the end of it. Basically, I'll talk to you about why you should set credit debt. Why? Because you make more money. It's very simple. More revenue stream for the farmers. Customers don't carry a lot of cash. Nowadays we live in a digital society. What happens if I only got $50 in my pocket to go to the market? I'm probably only spending $50. But if I see something I really like, I'm going to want to spend more. So a lot of times people say, I'll go to the ATM. But how many people come back to the ATM? So if you can capture that sale right then, go ahead and do it. So I encourage you all to go ahead and get some type of device that you can accept credit, debit, and link. In the past, it's been a barrier because those devices, this is one of them, sample one. These devices could have cost anywhere between $600 and $1,200. It's right. That's the you don't have $600 or $1,200 to spend on this device. But nowadays they have more devices like Square, and they have another device called MarketLink or from MarketLink that you can get for relatively free and make transactions at the market.
Square is for
Not on Square, but on the MarketLink one you can.
And you just add that to your cell phone.
Right.
Just right to your cell phone, plug it in.
There's a Square device there, it's hooked up to this iPhone. They take a fee. I think it's like
2.7.
See, people already know about it. Everyone should have a Square device.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one right.
Yeah. He has one with it.
I think the other good thing too, they're on the accounting end, you dump stuff into an Excel spreadsheet, you know where your sales are, you can track stuff. Just, get a device. If you have multiple people working, like maybe you got 3 people out working in the field or working out at farmers markets, each one of them have a Square, you won't lose out on a sale. Now, sometimes the market will do this service for you because you realize that everyone can't, have a Square or have a smartphone. And that's when we start doing transactions with like a token system or a monopoly money system. I'm not sure if I brought anything about that, but so accepting link 2 or food stamps. The government came out about 2-3 years ago. They wanted to make sure that the barrier between a farmer having a machine at the market and accepting link was taken down. When everything switched from a food stamp booklet to electronic, that's when that barrier came up, because a lot of markets, this technology was brand new, so people couldn't even afford or understand how to use it. And plus, it's really a big clunky cell phone. It works off cell phone technology. But before then, people just go to the market with their food stamps, just like the with coupons, and spend their money. And then you, as a farmer, would deposit it and get reimbursed. It just worked. But when everything switched over, people forgot about those mobile markets that needed a solution. So now the government put aside between 2012 and 2013 about $8 million for farmers like you and farmers markets to get a machine for free. And the new program is called MarketLink. The biggest takeaway from this one, go to marketlink.com, see if you can get a free device. And they actually give you an iPhone with a attachment to it to use. Yes, they give you an iPhone. In some cases, they give you the iPad mini. And so you can attach it to a device so you can swipe it and take link, credit, and debit. And they give it to you for free. So this is called marketlink.com. You go and you fill out a quick questionnaire. It tells you if you're eligible for it. And then they work you through the process of getting approved to take a link or to take food stamps. And they work out sending you a machine and they show you how to use it. And I think it works with QuickBooks, so you can download stuff to QuickBooks software. It works with your business software. So the biggest takeaway is go here, see if you can get a machine for free so you can start taking link at your market or link where you're at. Now, there is one caveat. They are limiting the number of devices. If a market already has a device and you're going to a market that has one, they won't allow you to get one. But if you have a farm stand or you're selling stuff at your farm, then they consider that a location that does not already have one.
Oh, so that's the loophole. It's
That's
applied
the
as your farm
Like
site.
as your farm.
Or that's one of the places that you're going to vend at, that your farm or farm stand.
You got it?
So that's why it's so important to have this business plan in action, because that's a part of your business plan. That will be a part of your business plan. And luckily, it doesn't cost. Yeah, well, no, but they don't have to see that. But what you want to do is have that as part of your argument and reasons when you go and apply. Part of what you're doing in your business plan is working out all the reasons why you're doing things. So when you apply for it, you just put that on there. The reason why you're doing it is because you have a farm stand, you're part of an ag tourism, approach, whatever, et cetera, and then you most likely will be accepted to get it for free.
And
It will justify your argument a lot.
And I haven't heard about them rejected too many folks. So they really want to get this technology out. But the way that the law is written, the law was written for a lot of years that it required a wired machine. We couldn't have a wireless machine that could pay for it. The machine had to be plugged into a phone line or into into electricity. This for years, because that's the way the law was written back in 2012 or 2001.
So is this really a cell phone technology that if you're out on your farm and you want to use it, you need to be able to get signal?
Yeah. Oh, that's a
No, you got to get serious first.
That's a good point.
Does it run on Verizon? That's the next question.
Verizon is the tower that's out here. So
Well, it runs off cell phone technology. I consider it to be like a dumb phone, not a smartphone, because it just does data. But it's the same towers that you use. Now, what you should be aware of, not so much because the new technology keeps up. It's when you buy old technology, you got to worry about it. So, you got 1G, 2, 3G, 3G, 4G.
Yeah.
Like this one runs off of 2G technologies.
Whatever that is.
Huh?
Oh, you said 2G.
Right.
Oh, I thought you said-
So if I have a cell phone tower that's only doing 3G and 4G, my connection might not be all that fast. Or I might not get a connection. But the new stuff is probably running off of 4G and 3G. So that's what you got to kind of dig into the minutia of it. The new stuff they give you is I think it's an iPhone 5S or iPad, and that stuff should work on all the cell phone stuff. You shouldn't have to worry about it.
Oh, it doesn't?
I don't think so, but they'll be able to tell you.
I have a question. Do they give you a receipt? Can you give them a receipt, or you always give their email, or?
You have to give a receipt. That's one of the requirements. That's why I just said
Where the receipt
How do you
comes
get
straight
the
to your phone.
When
Once
we
you
talk-
swipe the card, it goes to your phone.
If we're talking about link users, you have to give them a physical receipt.
So have a receipt book to write the receipt out.
No, the terminal that they give for
Right,
marketing
it
prints a
puts it
receipt
out.
Oh, okay.
Even this machine prints a receipt out for you.
Okay, so they give you a terminal with the.
They give you a phone, they give you and something that attaches to it. It kind of looks like one of those, see those UPS carriers carry that big clunky device? It kind of looks like that at the end.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's free also?
that's free.
That's totally free.
I think they pay for some of the transaction fees and everything else for the first year or so. But at, like in year 2 and year 3, you start paying a lot of more costs for it. It breaks it down on the website. Okay, so the other thing is, if you just want to get a machine for free, and you don't want to do credit and debit, you want to just do Link and Snap, contact Susan Suki over at Department of Human Services. And there is it kind of weird on me, but this little handout that I'm going to email you to, Gerard.
Okay.
It tells you about the details of it. Pretty much, they send you out a free machine. You can only do EBT or credit or Link, and they pay for your transaction fees by reimbursement. So you'll pay your transaction fees up front, and then somewhere along the way, reimbursement happens through their processor, Xerox. Because Xerox does the processing for everyone. So you kind of build that into your business plan too. Now, the transaction fees for Link versus credit, a lot different. I think it's like 25 cents per transaction or something like that. With Link, with credit, you never know what to help. It depends on the bank. It has to discover if it's Visa, MasterCard, how early you got up that morning. I don't know how these this is crazy how they do credit fees. But it's actually 10 cents. It's 10 cents flat fee per transaction per time you swipe and make a sale that you absorb for the Link that you absorb as a cost for doing business. I think it's 10 cents.
So if I'm selling produce, tomatoes for $1 a pound, and I'm taking Link for $1.10, so I'm gonna lose my money.
Like doing
We'll side all that.
It's like doing taxes, though. If you have to charge your taxes, you have to charge a little extra on your.
You can't charge taxes.
You don't charge. Well, no, I'm saying it's like doing taxes. If you're gonna get a fee charge for Link, you have to tag it on to your price.
Or you can take it
It's
off,
like-
take it as a loss because of the convenience.
Right.
You increase the amount of sales you make, so maybe you lose 10 cents. It depends on how much.
Businesses don't do that. Businesses don't do that.
So to give you an idea of what the growing trend for markets that accept SNAP in the state, from 2010 to 2013, they're reporting that now 97 markets of the 350-ish markets in the state of Illinois are now accepting SNAP, which is a really good thing. I'm not sure how many actual individual farmers and farm stands are accepting. And then the sales have grown too. So in 2010, only about $32,000 worth of those SNAP funds were spent in our state alone. We're now up to about $307,000. Which is good. We do a lot better. Michigan is doing about $1.5 million in sales of SNAP dollars in their state. And the city of New York is doing about $1 million. The city of New York. So, yeah. And that's all I got. Did you guys learn a couple of new things?
Do you have any printouts?
I'm gonna email this, so hopefully.
Yeah,
I can
we'll
get
print it.
out.
I'll definitely, for those who are limited with the computer access, we will have to print out. We'll get you the printout. Please connect with us because, it is so much easier for us to do electronically, and so it may slip by me or us as a team to get the hard copies out to you. So please call us, kind of just wear us out with getting that information, please. Okay. Any questions, Corey? Yeah, oh yeah. So the encouragement is on the walkway, EBT machine, it's free. Write it up in the business plan as part of your goals. This is one of the ways that we can combat hunger in our communities, okay? By being able to accept that. If you're able to combat hunger in your community, you're even eligible even more now for grants. If you have a 501c3 or a nonprofit organization, this is one of the ways that you can receive even more grants to your organization by just having this component as part of your plan. Okay? So please, we definitely encourage you to do those. We said farm numbers to get assistance from NRCS and get your equipment and your infrastructure development in. This is the other way to be able to encourage, your customer base and to be able to make profit from your sales. So we definitely want to encourage you for that. And we definitely want, if possible, since we have a farmers market here, John Thermos is our farmers market person here for our community, and we would love for you to continue to assist and encourage, especially being chairman of the statewide organization.
I would love to.
Thank you.
On one of the slides, you had your contact information, but it's not on here. Can you say that?
How about I pass on my business card?
There you go. Business cards.
And the other takeaway too is make sure you apply for that WIC certification.